Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States. And we're going to be taking a look at some excerpts from the first episode of Road to Kingdom. It is the 90-second preview of each group or each team. And what's really fun is that I had the beautiful opportunity of reacting to the full episodes of this particular show. So a lot of my feedback, analysis throughout all of the challenges that you're going to be seeing released onto YouTube are going to be with that in mind. If you want to see these before they get released on YouTube, then Patreon is a really great place to see them, as well as if you want to see my full episode reactions and commentary that is refined to that, that'll also be there. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out.
Very, here we go. Ooh. Clean. Okay. Wow. Nice. They did a pretty good job. That was pretty good. And this is actually a great example of they use the type of dubstep that they use, or the type of alternative sound production wasn't overwhelming, and it was very practical in how they chose to write it syncopated wise. So from the top here, you have, I love having that strip and they're all running around. They're like, hey, you know, they're kind of pointing. That was really fun. That really nice, and it kind of bleeds and sets it up. And then of course with the last, our lead feature is up. Then they're here with the bass. Boom, boom, boom. Now, my overall note for this one would be, because it's more of a dance production, I can kind of touch on this more. Because remember, I know you're showcasing your group in its full, you know, what makes your group as is. And I say this with all the groups, regardless of my feedback, if it feels like I'm really kind of digging in on a particular topic within a group, I feel like it's important to talk about, but none of that negates the fact that I find beauty and joy in seeing them all be able to express themselves in this way, because there's a good chance a lot of them don't quite have that type of opportunity in this way until the show. So I love that so much, for us to even be able to have the conversation. So all that going into this, so please keep that in mind. I do know I kind of went in, not went in a negative way, but went in more on like a, let's understand why the dubstep choice in the way that it was may not have been the most effective in expressing their own perspective, but they still express it and they still did a fantastic job. Does that make sense? You can still have both. Yes, and, you know, so in this case, my note for them is, you notice they are choosing to justify certain parts of the music or the tonal colors with that bass in a very particular way, usage of the fullness of the chest, and using that chest to justify it, or using punches, instead of exploring other ways or other textures to help still get that across. I think that would be something that I am very much looking forward to with this group. Just like I think it was Golden Child we were looking at, I'm looking forward to seeing them be able to dive into different genres of music or movement qualities to be able to see and showcase themselves as a group more effectively, because I think they have a really great starting point and amazing potential. All of them do. And here in this case, I'm excited to see that with them as well. Seeing them be able to show that drastic change between that more legato, more chill approach like what we see in the middle compared to in the beginning and the end. So I like that when they add it on. I love the energy, very stable in how they come up. A little boom boom, really like that choice too. Setting it in, boom boom, yeah, nice that boom, So notice here, there's not a ton of extra forefront basses taking place outside of the ones that they're hitting. Very good call on their sense. They are taking a very unison approach here, which is fine. Once again, I don't have any issues with any of it. It's just if they wanted, you know, that's something that I'm hopeful that we are able to see them take more risks in showing more complexity in their synchronicity, I think. Yeah, right there. Da 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 da. I like the fact that we took that militant approach. Really nice. We also too could have done that pas de bourrée, do 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 do, or like really hit that d d d d d d, because that's what they were choosing to do in context with all their other moves up until this point. So that's technically the first sound. They didn't justify within the details. Is that a problem? No, but that's an observation we can make, you know? And that's something that I hope that they have more freedom to do in the future, that boom, tsh. Once again, some nice little MIDI control. I love that choice. I love how they built up the energy, and it's clean. I love me a good clean routine. To build that dun, dun. You see what I mean? Now we're back in context. That particular sound, bum, bum, they hit it 100% of the way. They didn't ignore the detail of how it came across. And I think that's why I made the note of that. They hit it very, they hit the downbeat very similarly to Golden Child of that last round that I saw. Hitting it once through, boom, boom. Instead of punching forward, they punched back. So that's slightly different. Then you still have your one person controlling in the center, which is totally fine once again. But I am looking forward to seeing them make more risk-taking in that avenue. Switching it through. Now we're building it through. Ding, ding. Nice to see that boom, doo-doo-doo, which is cool. Yeah, boom, da-da-dum, really nice. And then we have a change. I love the lighting change. It's cool. And they did a fantastic job vibing with this change. Yeah, honestly, I think this is my favorite part. Not because it's contemporary in nature, don't get me wrong, but I do think a lot of it has to do with just they're not overpowering the music. They're doing a fantastic job. And they added it on really beautifully. Turning it through, do-do-do, that boom-do-do, do-do-do. Really like that choice. Dropping it down, and then creating a really nice transition out of it. I like that too. Right there, vibration. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Really like that choice too. Fringe really helps with that. Little car alarm, boom, they're using the fingerprint of like that gun and pointing and shooting. That do-do-do-do-do-do, really nice. That time, they do-do-do-do-do-do, they represented it in detail, so I appreciate that. Do-do-do-do. So definitely striving for unison, which is fine, and I do appreciate the transitions and the usage of the levels. So that's my one note that I'm looking forward to seeing is them, like I've said, pursue different level choice. Well, levels, not really. The levels are fine. I would say like having people still stay up and down. So having variety of levels, depth in the levels, not just everybody making the same level choice, potentially. I'm looking forward to seeing more growth in that area. I like that boom, and then they go, and they switch down to the floor. Yeah, that boom, and then one of them turns, and then the others come up. They come in. That little dun 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 dun. I really like the quickness of that. It's super fun. Then they grab that risk. That's a risk right there. The slide through, that was a really cool choice. He comes right up. I love the fact that everybody's done a fantastic job. All the groups so far have done a great job. No one has really slipped up. Everybody's held their own, and I'm very appreciative of that. I always prefer competitions where everybody holds their own and does their best. I don't want there to be a group where they have this obvious mistake or there's like this one thing that really just sets their routine apart in a negative way. I love it when everybody presents their best. It just makes it more fun, and it feels like everybody gets more out of it. Us as viewers and them as participants. You know what I mean? So I love the fact that they ended that very stable. And that little really love that too. That boom boom. Once again, that's a similar thing. Like he goes in and he goes up. So that's a very kind of like it feels more predictable now near the tail end in comparison to the beginning. The beginning was fine. The ending is also fine. But if they wanted to show more surprises within their choices, that would be something that they could explore. Is figuring out a different way to showcase that boom boom outside of a what's it called? Oh my gosh, like a half crescent type. What in the world? I cannot talk. It's a curved hand position in your fixed point or in your triggering. If you chose to go more like not really punch, but more linear or more rotational, that could read differently too. It's things like that I think are my choice. But they drop down. I love the fact that everyone is definitely excited. I just love how happy they are to cheer each other on. That makes me so happy, guys. So that's a really great start. Everyone's had a fantastic start so far. And that's my ideal circumstance, if you ask me.
Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more, let's say I don't quite have all of these released yet at the time of me recording this for this video. Patreon is really a great place to really showcase that. But if you are an individual who's just okay with waiting to see them released every day on YouTube, I'm excited for the discussions that are going to naturally follow. Can't wait to find who is your favorite group from Road to Kingdom. And it is okay to go ahead and set some spoilers as well, because I've already seen the entire show, so there's nothing that's going to catch me off guard in terms of who wins this, that, or the other. So once again, my name is Jess. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.